Hello, and welcome back to the dining room. Relax, no more cameras, no more lenses. I'm done with that for a while. Not only because I've bought all the ones I need, but because I'm pretty much out of money. Why are we here? Tripods. Wait, tripods? We did tripods. Wasn't that just like a while ago? Yes, we did. And if you recall, that was really a video about the K&F 8-foot tall, bendy, shoot from above, which, by the way, I'm using right now to shoot this video as well. But after I got the switch pod, which was just a couple of videos back, the switch pod, it's just so much easier to use the Arca Swiss quick release plates. The Manbily ball heads that I bought to go on my switch pods came with Arca Swiss plates. So I have Arca Swiss plates for my two switch pods. And I have an Arca Swiss plate on the K&F, but all of my Manfrotto tripods have that hybrid head. Now, I come to find out I could have bought them with an Arca Swiss plate head. I did not know that when I bought them. By the way, I think they're also slightly more expensive. And they were relatively cheap. But I found an even cheaper. By the way, I love these Manbily ball heads, right? I love the B20 and the KF0. The B20 is the better one. It's taller. So I have it on the shorter camera over here. but the ball head, the KF20 was like almost $30 and the B20 was like $45. So the ball heads were expensive. But then when I went to look for more tripods, I discovered that Manbily makes a professional tripod that comes with a Manbily ball head already on it. And the whole thing is less than $60. So for just a little bit more than the price of just a ball head, I got a tripod, and it's not a bad little tripod. Here, let me show you. Now remember, I kind of need a travel tripod if I'm going to take to Texas with me. Although I believe you'll be seeing this video, I've already been in Texas. Yeah, things are all screwed up. But we'll get back in sync eventually. What we have here is the YS-254 63-inch. So I've kind of given away how tall it's going to get. At this height, it's 17.3. If you recall, the 8-foot tall one only got down to 27 inches, so it was like considerably taller than this. But the max height is 63 inches, and it will hold on this ball head, which, by the way, is a KB01. So now I have yet another Manbily ball head, because I have a KF0, a B20, and now I have a KB01. But it, like the K&F, has the little locks here. Pulls out, so you can go down, and then you can push it back in, so it'll then lock into the next. Just like the K&F, it goes all the way almost flat, so you have 3 positions. Then we have 4 leg sections, and again, they're the twisty, not but the little tab releases, which, by the way, you can easily see if they're locked. These, of course, you can't see if they're locked, so this is kind of a disadvantage. But it's well, see that, there we go. That one wasn't locked. And then we have, of course, the central column, which again will reverse just like it did in the K&F. So this is very much like that big K&F tripod, except it's not as tall. It doesn't do the flip over, so you can't shoot down with it. Well, you can by turning this, you can use the ball head to go straight down, but not the same thing. And here's the fun part. It only weighs 3 pounds. So it's the lightest of all the tripods we've looked at. and it'll hold 22 pounds up here. So I'm pretty pleased with this tripod. In a minute, I will get over and show you on the other camera how tall it will go. But first, let's take a look. Now, this is another K&F, whose product number also starts with SA254. The giant tripod, the 8-footer, is the SA254T1. This is the SA254M2, and it's considerably smaller and shorter. Still has the nice little bag with the gray reflective strips, so that if you're out walking on the highway. Why would you be out walking on the highway with a tripod bag? Well, if you were, there's a shoulder strap for the bag in the bag. So to put it in the bag, you just have to flip the legs all the way back around. And again, it has the same thing like the other K&F, like the Manbily. It has the little tabs. These are a little easier. The Manbily, you have to pull out this, just you push down and it, so this one's a little easier to do. This has a little better, I like this instead, rather than just, see, this just has a little tab, whereas this has a more satisfying. So basically it's that the taller, this is just a shorter version of and it doesn't have the arm bending. But it does have the monopod. So this front leg here does come off. I'll demonstrate over there. But again, it comes with the Arca Swiss quick release plate. So now I have 3 tripods with the Arca Swiss quick release plate, plus the 2 switch pods. So basically I can just put a quick release plate on the bottom of all of my cameras and either drop them onto a switch pod or drop them onto a tripod, and I'm good to go. So that is the plan. Oh, let me give you the specs on this thing. The minimum height here is 22 inches. This one weighs closer to 4 pounds, 3.73 pounds. I'll put this on the screen. Whereas remember, the big tall boy was over 4 pounds, 4.4 pounds. This also has a payload of 22 pounds, as did its bigger brother, the other K&F, as did. So they all will hold 22 pounds. So none of my cameras will be too heavy. Oh, and this one, whereas the tall one was $150, almost $150, this one is half the price, under $75. So for half the price of the giant one, now you don't get the top-down thing. And of course, this only goes up to 68 inches, which is more than the Manbily 63. Well, in fact, here, let me step out and show you. Okay, so there's the Manbily. So what's the maximum height on the Manbily? 63 inches, which is just over 5 foot 3 inches. I'm 6'1", so yeah, that looks about right. It has a little tab here that you can hang weights on. Keep it from flipping over. It does the panning thing that all the Manbily ball heads do. And it has the little bubble level here. And there's a little, well, look here. Let me turn it back around. There's a little bubble level over here. I like the little bubble levels. That was one of my complaints about the Manfrotto, is that it didn't have bubble levels. But of course, I didn't know what I was doing when I was buying those Manfrottos, so wait a minute. So the other K&F, the really tall one, has the twisting fasteners. This one has the old-fashioned tab fasteners, which again are much easier to tell when they're locked. So there is the K&F, and then put it at its full height. You say, well, wait a minute. That doesn't look like 68 inches. Yeah, but guess what? This one goes up again. So see now, again, I'm 6'1", so yeah, 68 inches. So this is probably, well, although this is plenty high. Once it gets near eye level, like I'm shooting this is the A7 IV on the Manfrotto at max height, and see it's right at eye level. So as long as it gets to eye level, that's all you really need. This goes for eye level for someone taller. Now, and this has the ball head with, again, this one does have the little panning things with the degree markers, which the other K&F did as well. I have 3 tripods with Arca Swiss quick release plate. These 2 tripods cost less than the really tall K&F Concept from the last video. So for the price of that, you get 2. Now you don't get the top-down thing. Not to worry, I found a better way to do overhead shots, because my cameras are starting to weigh more, and I've already had trouble with. I don't know if you noticed, but by having the K&F tripod for the top-down shot sitting on the table, well then when I hit the table, and you've seen the way I talk, so I tend to hit the table. In fact, you may hear it a lot when my hands hit the table, but it vibrates the thing. So I have found a way where I can have, and again, it's being delivered today. So I will be shooting a video about it shortly. So, and that will obviate the need for using this for top-down. Well, it won't be my only resource. I'll have a better resource for top-down. I can still use this, especially like if you're traveling. So if I'm traveling and I need to have to do top-down shots, I can take this K&F with me. If I don't need the top-down, I can take this K&F with me. Well, these are my new tripods. Damn it, Bobby. While I was over here, I was supposed to show you. So if you take the center column off, screw it on to the monopod, and now we have a, whoop. You can't tell how tight they are. You can't tell if they're locked. Now you got a pretty decent monopod. So while the K&F is like $15 more than the Manbily, it does have this monopod trick going for it. If you think this is worth $15. It also is slightly taller, as you can see. I mean, even if when I put it back together, it's still going to be. So now I put the monopod back where it came from. So for the extra $15, you get a little more height, and you get the monopod. Is that worth $15? Up to you. I like the option, so I like see, but I could tell that tab was not locked because I could see it was sitting up a little. So I like this. But I mean, this one's fine. There's nothing wrong with this one. By the way, if I was going to be inverting the central column to like shoot down near the ground, well then I would prefer this one, the Manbily, because on the Manbily, all you have to do, this little thing on the bottom, just turn it, and then it'll slide right in here, and lock it in, as it were. Whereas this one, you have to screw this thing off the bottom every time you want to. So for inverting the central column, I would go with the Manbily. For monopod purposes and a lot of other, and height, I would go for the K&F. If you have the money, again, you can buy both of these for the price for less than the price of the K&F, the 8-footer with the top-down thing. So those are my new tripods. I like them both. Again, I think I would probably tend to favor the K&F because of the height. But again, if I need to invert my central column, I'm gonna go for the Manbily every time, because you just turn that little thing, pops right out, turn it over, you're good to go. Or if I want a monopod, I'll go for the K&F. But as I told you when I did the last tripod video, I'm not really a monopod kind of guy. Those are my new tripods. But as I already pre-shadowed, there's going to be another, it's not a tripod, but it's another way of doing an overhead shot with something that almost every photographer, real photographer, I'm not a real photographer. I'm not a real videographer. I'm just an amateur stumbling around learning all this stuff and hopefully sharing some of that learning with you and making your lives easier as you, if you're on this journey as well, trying to learn how to do stuff, which I assume you are if you're watching these videos. If you watch these videos, you're probably trying to learn some stuff. Well, here's some stuff, more stuff about tripods. And then next week, I'll show you some stuff, another way to do overhead shots with a piece of kit that all professional photographers have already. But again, if you're like me, you probably don't have one. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for coming by. I recommend any of these tripods. Pick a tripod. You'll do fine. That's it. See you next time. Bye-bye.